Thank you very much for joining us, charming ladies and gentlemen. We are very excited. We are very excited not just to be here in Electronica, but to be present in Electronica at this point in time when India is really in the threshold of a transformation that's going to stay for time to come and will not be such an easy, irreversible process. Yeah? Having said that, TDK, I'm sure is not a new name to almost all of you. Any household which has used a video cassette player or a video cassette recorder must have seen this company's logo and name. Time has passed since the video cassettes disappeared from the market, but we have existed, and that is what we want to show to you today. We are a corporation headquartered in Japan, Tokyo. We have existed for 80 years. We started in 1935. We have grown. We have grown as an organization. We have grown with our products. We have grown by acquiring organizations to have inorganic growth. And as you can see, after several acquisitions, the latest has been what we have acquired, Micronos Semiconductors. With all this, we are in these areas of operation, which is passive components, magnetic application products, film application products and others. And we proudly say today we are at $11.5 billion. Translated into Japanese yen, it's about 1152 billion Japanese yen, considering that 100 Japanese yen is equal to $1 more or less today. Yeah. And what we see amongst us, we are one amongst the proud 92,000 employees of this organization. We have a very well-defined management structure. The names don't matter to you so much. You have a handout in which all these are given. But what I just want to highlight here is that Mr. Kamigama, who was our chief executive and president till 31st of March, has moved over to assume the office of chairman, and Mr. Ishiguro has taken over as the CEO and president from the 1st of April. All the other management structure members are there. You will have it in the details that is being provided to you. We in India are no different. While we also have changed our form, but we have existed in this country for more than 50 years. We have our erstwhile parentage from Siemens. We are a Siemens organization, and from Siemens organization we moved to a joint venture of Siemens Matsushita, but we transformed and started assuming a very magnified presence in India from 1995 when we joined hands with International Ferrites Limited. International Ferrites Limited is an organization which was a joint venture between Webel Ceramics, a West Bengal government undertaking, and ACC, the famous cement group. We joined hands with them. In 1996, we joined hands and made another joint venture with Asian Electronics, which is located in Nashik. 1998, we acquired the entire Asian Electronics. Then subsequently, EPCOS, which is a company which went public. The Siemens Matsushita, when they went public, the company assumed the name of EPCOS, Electronic Parts and Components. So we became EPCOS in India, and since 2008, we have EPCOS AG globally was acquired by TDK. So we have a very unique combination of Japanese parentage, who are very well known for quality and precision, and the Germans, who are very well known for their engineering and precision. So we are very happy. We equally have a management structure in India well laid out. Of course, the one in the center on the top row is me, and then we have people holding various responsibilities. You have these details in the slides that will be given to you. Having existed for 80 years, of course, we have certain mottos and principles. Again, these are very philosophical statements and can be thought over, discussed, deliberated for interpretation. But what I would like to emphasize on, in the corporate motto, we are saying we contribute to culture and industry through creativity. Contributing to the industry through creativity is not something which needs elaboration. But contributing to culture through creativity perhaps needs a little elaboration. In this context, culture obviously relates to a society, and every society has certain uniqueness, certain requirements, certain behavior pattern. Yeah? So our creativity actually contributes towards the culture of various societies, which means, if interpreted the way I would like it, we are very good in globalization. Yeah, that's what I wanted to emphasize. Of course, we have a vision to take a step forward to create and construct. Otherwise, we would not be today present in about 100 countries with manufacturing locations, sales and marketing outlets in 30 countries. So we have a vision. We have the courage to move forward, which is very clear from the kind of acquisitions we have made, inorganically grown, come out with very creative products. But the most important that I want to emphasize is on the third point, which is the trust. Always build trust, and trust is born from honesty and service. That's one thing which this company very religiously follows. We would not like to make a product which the customer will end up facing with. We would not like to produce a product which could pose threat to anybody's life or to the environment. That's the kind of situation we like to create. Just as an example, about 12 years back, 2 years back, there was a failure of a dehumidifier, which the company in Japan made and supplied. The dehumidifier failed in the market after 11 years, which resulted in the death of an old man. There was no discussion or analysis done on whose fault it was. The CEO said all dehumidifiers to be recalled. We cannot afford. One life is far too many. That is the kind of service we want to give to the market, and with honesty build trust in the market. We offer a very broad product portfolio. Some of them are in display. These are covered under the 4 segments, which is passive components, magnetic application products, film application products, and others. Of course, the pictures may mean very little unless you see them in person. I will elaborate this as these are the products under magnetics, ceramic capacitors, aluminum and film capacitors, SAW components, protection devices, sensors, power systems, magnetic heads, magnetic products, flash memory, and so on. All these are there in the slides which are with you. But some products have created history. You have a booklet which talks about 4 major innovations which have come out of the house of EPCOS. Of course, one is the ferrite magnetic material. Yeah, the company actually was created with that invention of a university and TDK together. The second breakthrough product was the video cassettes and audio cassettes, which is again a magnetic application product or a magnetic storage media. The third one is the multi-layer capacitors, multi-layering, which led to the miniaturization and creating revolution. And the fourth is the magnetic HDD recording heads and suspensions, which is what is used for the recording in all the hard disks. Yeah. So practically we are there into every product. Your mobile phone has this, your car probably has, your fan at home, or every home appliance, we are there everywhere. Now, where is our competence coming from? Of course, a textbook would say that anything comprises of the 5 M's: man, material, method, machine, and measurement, which is what we have translated into what we actually do. We have the materials technology, we have the process technology, we have the production technology, we have the device module technology, and evaluation and simulation technology. If you really correlate it to what the textbook says, materials technology is materials, process technology is method, production technology is machines, device and module technology is man, and evaluation and simulation technology is the method. So we adapt a copybook to our operations, and that is leading to our technological expertise, which has led to all these wonderful broadband of products. As I said, all this is leading to a business of $11.5 billion. Of course, our investors, stakeholders and owners always tell us 8.1% is not a business that is attractive. Of course, we are moving very well from 6.7 to 8.1. But I keep telling myself, self-fulfilling theory, that with so many competitors, as you see all around here, business can only be competitive, and 8.1 is a good percentage. This I justify to my management to survive in this world. Yeah. As you can see, we have grown by 6.4%. Our profit has grown by 29%, and the employees have grown by 4.5%. We are on a very healthy trend, and we will continue to do this. The more interesting part is what you see as a 5 years evolution. From what you see in 2012 at 803, we have grown to 1152, which is a good, healthy 43% when you run your computer or a calculator, and which is equivalent to 7.8% growth per annum. And that's for a global business. With the world economy growing at about 3%, what I want to emphasize is the areas in which we are growing at the rate of 7.8, 7.9%. And our business is split like this: passive components 50%, the magnetic application products 28%, and film application 19%. With respect to the split of business, we are well into information communication technology, we are into the industrial segment, we are into the automotive segment, and several others. But the point which would interest the audience here is that we have such a dominant presence in the Asian region with 71%, yeah? Which is what is a very fulfilling thing for the audience here. And that is the spread we have across the globe. Yeah? From being a Japanese company, today we are well spread: the American continent, the Europe, the Asia, and of course the Japan there. So we are well spread. The three large circles show the presence in India. I only wish to add here that beyond these three, now we have acquired an additional 20,000 square meters of land in Nashik, and construction activities are on, reflecting that we are preparing ourselves for the Achhe Din that almost is there in the corner. We are into the automotive segment. Not just the automotive segment, we are also into this autonomous driving. We are into these driverless cars, which is working. We are working with various manufacturers in terms of what we can offer with our components. We are into the information and communication technology. In the context of India, we are really looking at the 500 million mobile phones that is just in the threshold of translating itself into a reality. But we have several components which can be offered here. As my colleague was mentioning, probably if this is totaled up, we could say that about $30 worth of components can be offered by us in a mobile phone today. We are also into industrial and energy. We are into home applications and healthcare, starting from your washing machine, refrigerator, television, dishwasher, to even the wearables that the lady is wearing there, or what I am wearing here only to demonstrate today, that we are also into these components. Yeah. Just to give you a little highlight about the Indian factory, currently we have an Indian factory which is in operations on a 24,000 square meter of land, and we have acquired additional 20,000 square meters of land, and we make all types of capacitors there, film capacitors. The most important thing there is we are the only factory in the entire TDK who make the broadest band of film capacitors globally amongst our 100 factories. Even otherwise, among all capacitor manufacturers, Indian factory is the one which makes the broadest band of capacitors, starting from very small capacitors that you see there in the box to very large capacitors which kind of weigh about 200 kilograms. Yeah? This is our second factory, which is located in Bawal. For some of you who do not know, Bawal is about 40 kilometers from Gurgaon. This is the Japanese industrial belt. We also produce same kind of capacitors but a much narrow range. This is our third factory in Kalyani, which we acquired from International Ferrites and Webel Ceramics, but now this is 100% owned by us. Yeah. So much to a broad view about EPCOS and TDK. We are well set for what we expect should be happening in the country in the area of infrastructure, in the area of electronics, in the area of automotive, in the area of energy, and that is also the region where we have showcased ourselves as three verticals: ICT, which we call as information communication, automotive, and energy. Yeah. So we would want to give you a broad look at the products with a round.
AC current sensor. You have seen a lot of current transformers manufactured being here, and everybody manufactures that. What is the unique thing here is that it is a clamp-on type current sensor, and then this will not give you the output of a current. So a lot of the current transformer converts 1000 amps to 5 amps or 10 amps, 100 amps to 5 amps or 10 amps. But this one has got an input load resistance where the output is the output voltage, and this output voltage can be directly fed to the application processor. The processor that going to measure the current along with the voltage and calculate the energy or whatever parameter you want to measure. This is capable of doing that. And a current transformer has got a problem that you have put it on a cable, and then when you open it, and so without disconnecting the secondary, and then the CT gets saturated. So even if you do that, this CT won't get saturated because this has got an inbuilt protection. So the person who, without knowingly also, if the secondary is open, when the primary is charged, then it's not going to saturate. If it's saturated, then you cannot use it anymore. This one has got that the feature to come over that problem. And the typical application is for the solar energy and for the grid connected your solar power, where you can feed it back to the grid also, or the other way around, you can get it from the grid also. So those kind of places can find a lot of applications, and also in the industrial automation applications. So that's about the clamp AC filter. This one is that ultra high voltage ceramic capacitor. And you know, the high voltage systems use gas insulated circuit breakers, and the circuit breakers insulators are prone to very high voltages, even up to 745 kV. So to protect the insulators from degrading, so we call it as a grading capacitor. The local name is a grading capacitor. You can use it inside the breaker circuitry so it's degrading, and this is grading capacitor. It avoids the insulator from degrading. So this is in the range of picofarad only, but rated for very high voltages. So that's the application of the ultra high voltage ceramic capacitor. Typical application is gas insulated switchgear, intelligent circuit breakers, and even pulse nitrogen laser applications also. So this is about ultra high voltage capacitors.
Ceramic chip capacitor. It is must component for each and every circuitry. Okay. As far as automotive is concerned, there are many electronics is coming as on date. Earlier there were no electronics, many mechanical parts. Now mechanical parts are replacing by the electronics parts. Where the TDK comes in, where the TDK pitch in, where the TDK parts are required. In automotive, any application like cluster application, cluster means whenever we are driving the car, some speedometer is there. If we are clutching, if we are braking, nowadays there is some chip we have to carry in your pocket, over which you just have to push the button and your car is get started. How it comes? It is just from the electronics. And these parts which are requiring in such kind of applications. what is the specialty of this part? Why this part is to be used? Okay, so we have soft termination multi-layer ceramic chip capacitors. So in any kind of temperature, right from -40 to 150 degree, this parts works on it. Okay, so you go from so India is a country where we can see any kind of climate in any season. So you can go from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, you will see the various different temperature changes where this part stands. So this is the specialty. Also in automotive cluster, so many MLCCs are required. We have specially soft termination part. Why the soft termination part? Because the reason whenever you are deforming or some transformer, if you know about some mechanical structure or electronic structure, if transformer placed near about some PCB, if the transformer is placed near about the PCB, so MLCC get deformed. If you use the normal MLCC, it will get break. If it is get break, circuit will demolished. If you use the soft termination part, then it can deform up to 10 mm. So that is the best part of it. Also, if you can see over this, we are going to a nanotechnology. As we are going for the world is going for nanotechnology, EDK is also going for the nanotechnology. What nanotechnology is? See, you can see this is the CGA 2 grade part. This is the smallest part of MLCC that we have, and this is the CGA D part. This is the maximum size of MLCC that we have. This is the ceramic chip capacitor. You won't imagine up to a 630 volt it can sustain. 630 volt, it is a very big voltage as far as electronics is concerned. Regarding these sensors and all, my friend Oponu will supposed to come.
Sensors for automotive. So we have various kind of sensors. For example, TMR angle sensors and ultra narrow tolerance chip type NTC thermistors and MTC thermostat assembly. And fail pressure sensors with high accuracy and gear-to sensors and position sensors. So this is our new product, the TMR sensor. Last 2 years and last year, so we started mass production. So this is for mainly EPS or some wipers. So for this sensor, so we can check how round the EPS motor or how move the wiper. So we can check from this sensor. Yes. This one.
Previously explained in 3 categories. PDK now focus on
Three kinds of
automotive
temperature, pressure. Yes. So okay. So other products is an temperature sensor we have. So for example, yes, temperature sensor. So in the automotive, so we have the oil. Engine oil is there, so we have to check the engine oil temperature. So this is the sensor for engine temperature or some air temperature or something. So we have the third one is the fail pressure sensors. This is for tank. This sensor is for checking tank pressure or something. This is DC-DC converter for xEVs and battery chargers for PHEV and BEVs. So this is a battery charger and this is DC-DC converters. So this DC-DC converter is to change voltage. So in hybrid cars, so the high voltage battery is there. So 200 or 250 voltage. So and this is the main batteries. So and after that, so we have another 14 voltage batteries. So this DC-DC converters, so voltage change, so 200 voltage to 14 voltage, down converting. This is our product. So we are a ferrite company. So this is an used ferrite. So we have the achievement or the characteristic ferrite we have. So we can use this kind of ferrite. So we can small DC-DC converter manufacture. Yes.
TDK's major businesses come from automotive. Okay, TDK have many product in automotive. So this is one of the one feather of our automotive. This is a TMR angle sensor. When you are driving a car, when you are taking a turn, some angles is getting bended, and over which when you are getting turn, your what we can say indicator will directly switch off. How it is does? So this is the product. Why this indicator is directly switch off? Because when you are getting turn, this angle is got sensed by this product, and this gives signals to the ECU, which is operating the car, over which they can sense the angle and switch on or switch off the LEDs. So all the lamping application, all these things can be done from this product. This is the power inductor. What is meant by power inductor? Power inductor, as we know, in our car or two-wheelers, all the in all the products, so major electronics is come up, where the things where we have to charge our mobile. How we can charge our mobile? So there is some 12 volt or 14, 24 volt, some power electronics module is there. Over that module, these our parts are required. CLF. These are the power inductors which required to charge the mobile or something. So we have many products for EV. These are the transponder coil. Whenever you auto switch or auto switch on or switch off your doors, how it is does? So because of these parts. So whenever you switch your keys, you get the door open of your car or door close of your car. These parts which can be utilized in this immobilizer product, where this car switching on and off is done. Common mode choke. This is the common. This is the specialty about this part. This part is world's highest selling part of TDK. How it works? This is ACT45B, where you have communication with the cluster and the CAN. All this communication is happening with this part, and this part is must in any automotive circuit. RF, as we know, as we all are going for the nanotechnology or any Bluetooth or smartphone, this RF is come in a picture. What does RF? RF communicates the car. RF communicates with your fan. RF communicates with your home automation or anything. IoT, yes, everything goes into IoT. All these things we have parts. What parts we have? We have transmitter and we have receiver. See, this is also IoT, where the transmitter and reception required, where this part can be used. So that is the TDK speciality. TDK is one of the monopoly product. As somebody said, TDK is a Farad company. TDK is a Farad company. We have invented Farad in 1930, and we have monopoly of this part. This is the magnet, which due to which motor is get manufactured, and due to the motor required for the two-wheeler or the four-wheeler vehicle to run the vehicle. If you have the ignition for the two-wheeler, the motor runs. In the motor, these magnets are there. Due to the magnets, the torque is generated and it gives the signal, so the motor, so the bike runs. So for that matter, these magnets are required. And I feel proud to say that TDK is the one of the only world 2 companies who is manufacturing such a high-grade magnet, FB9 or FB12 grade magnet. Also, we have neodymium magnet. Neodymium magnet is dye-free magnet. Dye is the content which required to add in the raw material and over which the magnet, bonded magnet is making. Okay, so we are for the dye we have to depend on some certain countries or neighboring countries, but we are making dye-free and FEB magnet. So this magnet would be more powerful and more energetic. So within the smaller size, we are getting more power. So that is the benefit of this thing. Regarding